Well, hello, everybody, and it's Dr. Hank, and thank you so much for being with us today. It's just a magical life for us, and as we have some amazing, wonderful, good news to share with everybody. I want to first say that congratulations to Deborah. Deborah just was honored as one of the top people in the company in Utah. Got a free trip out of it, even. And congratulations to Robin. She's had her best month. Last month was her best month ever. And congratulations back to Debbie again. And she had, Deborah had her best month this month. And so, and everybody that I'm just so honored to be with all of you, that you're such good souls and really looking to be, do, and have more and to help the world with health. And we have the answers and solutions for that. So we're going to have a fun time today. You're going to absolutely love this. And one of the things that I recommend, if you are driving, don't do the physical stuff I'm going to ask you to do. Like when I ask you to close your eyes, make sure you don't do that. And but one of the things, if you have a cup or a glass to put, or any container to put something in. So I personally went to look for a container, and I found I love Christmas, and if you'll notice, it says nice on it. There's a coffee cup with Santa's nice and a coffee cup with Santa's naughty. I chose the nice. Anyways, have a cup with you because we're going to be putting some seeds in there, and then we'll plant that in God's garden here in a little while. And so we'll just have fun doing that. And so, what I wanted to share with you today, we're going to do two things. We're going to basically review how to present a way to present the good news, and sometimes, like Deborah refers to it as our secret sauce, if you will. And so it's our secret sauce with all of us. It's proven to work and have miracles, and if you'll just follow just mainly the guidelines, the overview on it, and then we want you, and you want you to put you into it and your personality and what feels most comfortable when you're sharing this good news to the world. And so there are actually 7 steps. They're all very easy steps. And by the way, none of this has ever been shared before in the world on everything that you kind of hear. So this is like fresh off the from divine intelligence. And so it's just an amazing, incredible way of looking at it. And so there's 7 steps, and I would recommend, if you can, to write this down now. Again, if you're driving, don't be writing it down. And listen to this again. In fact, I encourage all of you to listen to this, that you'll just hear things that'll touch your minds, touch your hearts, and be able to touch other people's minds and hearts. And so with that, I'd like to start with, and again, think about seeds, and we're planting seeds, and all thoughts become things, and it's been proven by science that our thought creates energy, our emotion, that emotion creates our experience, and how to have our dreams come true. There's a little bit more to that equation, and the scientists forgot God, but we've included God with us, and God, higher power, whatever name is that you feel most comfortable with. And I'm going to use today the word God, and so I'd like us to first think like if you're thinking, most people would call this like here's the sales presentation. We don't talk those words. That we're warm, we're friendly. We just want to share the good news. We just want what's best for them, and if this isn't best for them, that's great. We're not going to be attached to anything in this world, and we're not going to manipulate people. The battle is over now. That we're not going to go out and try to manipulate the world. All we need to do is manage our thoughts and our feelings, and then the Father will do the work. And then all we need to do is allow it in. And so usually when people think about, well, gee, if I'm going to talk to somebody about this, I got to be telling them about this and that and this and that. And basically I kind of, I share it as, we kind of like puke all over people. None of us want to be puked on. But most of us are thinking, oh yeah, and the presentation, and we're right into the presentation. What am I going to say, etc. And I'd encourage you not to do that at all. The most important thing that we can ever do, really, with anything in our life, but especially when we're sharing the good news with, a new person, a person that we attracted, that we know, that person that we got attracted through LinkedIn, a person we attracted through ZipRecruiter. We have many different ways. We have a proven process, and especially for those of you that are new, know that we have a proven process for you to be wildly successful right away. We have a fast start for you. And it's done all in a loving, gentle, kind way with to ourselves as well as to others. And we're simply sharing the good news. But the most important thing to do, again, with anything in life, is to pre-pave it. So PRE-PAVE. And what this means is that we want to start calling it. We want to ask and you shall receive. We want to start asking. We want to start thinking. We want to start calling it the way we want it. And so it starts with, hey, these leads, whether you're doing, let's say you're doing LinkedIn, that when I send out my message about this amazing, wonderful opportunity that everybody wants, by the way, everybody wants to increase their health, and everybody wants more money, and everybody wants passive income, as easy as that. And it might not be everything they want, but for sure it's the top 5, 6 things that people want that we can offer, and we can offer the answers and solutions to that. And so we want to pre-pave on that. I'm sending out this message with love that I'm going to attract the right people. And again, I would be taking notes on this as I start channeling this, that we want to attract the right people, and so I want ready, willing, and able people that to come. And I want people that get it right away, and they're similar minded, and that have a big heart, and want to really, really be able to help the world and help themselves and their family with their health as well as their income and their wealth, if you will, their abundance. Okay. And so when you say those type of prayers, you're going to be amazed at how wonderful people just start showing up. But if you're thinking, like, well, I'm going to send those out, gee, I hope it's not, and you say, I hope it's not people that, are just fishing, or really, whatever you're thinking about, you're going to get, even though you say don't. So don't be thinking about anything you don't want. We just stay on the high road on everything we want. So we prepave not only the lead, but I mean literally us, in that we prepave the call. And so you're going to have a call tomorrow with some fortunate individual. You're the one giving the gift. Okay, there's nothing to be nervous about, or am I going to say the right things? Forget all that. And to say the right things, ask Archangel Gabriel. And so, we get into archangels too. So you knew to our spiritual family here that we call on. God has 7 archangels that, as a man has asked before, 7 primary things, and one of them is communication. And Archangel Gabriel is the archangel of communication. And all we need to do is invite him in and ask him for us to be an angel of communication. And so if you're an angel of communication, You don't need to be concerned about what you're going to say or whatever. It'll all flow and you'll be given all the assistance that you want. And so we want to pay these calls that we get along great with people. Not, and you don't want to get specific like, gee, these people that, Mary, who I'm going to talk to, they're going to buy a scanner. And, it's too specific. Instead, we're going to get along great. Like it's going to be we're going to connect in a meaningful way. We're going to set up a next appointment. They're going to get this. I just love on how well we get along together. We laugh together, we smile together, that we get it. We're similar minded. We find common interests that we have. You see, people will quote unquote buy from you. People will get it. You'll open up their shaded communication when they like you. And so just be likable and be lovable. And it's really easy. You just ask and you say, this is how I want to be. And I want to come forth as the angel of communication. So far, what do you like best about what you've heard?
Being likable and lovable.
Yeah.
And having that be the focus, because I do love people and like talking to people, but I can probably get tripped up over, the concerns of approachers.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Yeah, we get tangled up in, if they say this about, just stop all that chatter. You're just going to get right into that type of chatter when you don't want. Well, what if they think we're, whatever, blah, 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 and you'll just get into that. Great. Other thoughts?
This is Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hi. I love not only today, but the conversation we had yesterday about Gabriel being the archangel of communication and how to harness that and put that into your words. And we talked a lot about words yesterday too.
Yeah.
And how mine do not necessarily come out of my mouth the way they're supposed to in my brain. Okay. But I really like that part of it, and asking for what it is that you want and that it's not selfish.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's not selfish at all. And that's a great point to recognize. We've been brought up, don't you dare be selfish. And, think about the other people. Well, I can't think about anybody else. I can't feel for anybody else other than myself. And I promise you that when you thrive, the rest of the world will thrive. And so as we go out and share this good news, yes, we're going to thrive. We're going to get more money. But they're going to get more money. They're going to be able to help more people. Okay. And we have this ripple effect that we're providing to where you're going to be able to share this good news. And then that person becomes a team player. And then that person shares the good news. And we end up being like, we're kind of like, especially if you're new, consider yourself, hey, I got this pond here. And I'm going to just put my love into this pond in the middle of it. And I'm going to have this ripple effect and share about the health and the wealth that we can provide you. But then as you start growing your amazing team and attracting these wonderful people that get it and are all in, that as you do that now you have a lake. And now you have not just ripples, but you have really big waves, okay? And that what we're building here is we're impacting the world, where we're in the ocean of the world, and we make a splash and we get big ocean waves that we're impacting people's lives way more than just their health, way more than just their income. We get them to awaken to the possibility of who they are and what they can be, do, and have. Ooh, nuggets. We love that. All right. So, and now, so that's pre-paving, and it's most important that you pre-pave. Again, our little committee, and so our committee, we haven't talked much about that, but that's that little voice that keeps on chattering away and telling you, and with the judge, the head of the thing, and how could you done that and said that, and why didn't you do this, and blah, blah, blah. And so that's the only devil there is. The only thing working against you is your own smaller self, and that's your ego self. Now, that's where you're selfish, where you're just at your ego self. But when you ask to walk with God, that now you're in with your higher power, and that as you thrive, again, the whole world is going to thrive. So I'm going to share with you our 7 steps, and the 7 steps to your success when you share this good news. And I'm going to actually, I'll share the steps, and then we'll review that. And so so again, this is a call. The first time that you're sharing a good news, the most effective way is to do it in person if you can. The second most effective way is to do it on Zoom. The least effective way is to do it via telephone. Okay, so you take your choice of what you want to do. But it seems pretty obvious that what most of us will be doing is Zoom. It's the most effective way because 60% of our message is with our body language. Okay, and you don't have to be going doing all this. It's your body. It's who you are. Your confidence. And if you don't think you're confident enough now, stop thinking that and say, "Hey, God, make me confident." Okay, and as easy as that, and you'll be confident. But you have to believe. You have to have faith that the Father will do the work. You just do the asking. So the steps are: first step is to get to know this person. Build a relationship with this person. This person is going to be on your team. This person is the one that you're going to love, care for, cherish, help, become their greatest possibility. So before you ever get on that call, any information you can find out about them, you want to know, so that when you can connect, hey, I see you've been in healthcare for 12 years. They're thinking like, this person actually cares. First of all, you're not a robot, and now I see you actually care. You know, you're a caring human being. You're just not a number. I'm not just a number to you. And so you want to connect with them, and you want to listen. So, and basically, it's to share your story. And if they want to share their story first, fine. But, you know, and just a brief little, like minute thing that, hey, I was, and it goes something like this, that I'm, whatever, I'm, my college degree is this, whatever my family is this, married kids, whatever the case may be. And I have a passion for healthcare, because each one of you do. And every person you're going to attract does also. That's how we have it set up, to attract the people that want it, that care about healthcare. And we prevent it. So we're not going to have these problems anymore. We're going to be like, Deborah and Dr. Hank, who haven't been sick for 4 years. And, it's like, wow, that's easy. That's good. We prevent major illnesses. How much is that worth to you? I mean, we got a lot of goodies to share with people that are literally priceless. Okay. So again, back to, Billy, again, I really cared about healthcare, but I was stuck in a job, JOB, just over broke, and really didn't have much opportunity, and didn't like what I was doing, working for somebody else, and I really wanted to be free, and I wanted to really make a difference in the world. And I attracted this amazing opportunity, which today I'm going to share with you. And so I'm so excited to share with you about that, but I'm more excited to hear about you. So tell me a little about you. So they tell you, and you be listening. Okay, you listen, you pick up, what do you have in common? They say, yeah, I have health. I just love healthcare too. Oh my God, that is just fabulous. That's one of the things that we found, is that when you have a deep passion for healthcare, so you can comment on it, but let them tell their story. It doesn't matter how long. I don't care if it's the whole hour. If it's the whole hour, it's a whole hour. And your objective on every call is just 2 things: build the relationship and get the next appointment. That's it. Build the relationship, get the next appointment. And so if they say something like, hey, I watched the videos, I'm all in, you go, great. When should we have the next appointment? You don't have to you don't have to say another thing. But again, there are 7 steps, and typically we want to at least share some of the highlights of them.
I can't do it.
Pardon me? Who was that? I don't know what happened there, but so in step 1, it's get to know each other. And step two is to share the company. And step three, again, I'm going to give you the steps. 3 is the technology. 4 is about our team. 5 is about the 3 benefits, the ROI. 6 is to see how interested they are using 1 through 10, 10 being I'm all in. And that's what we like. We love 10s. Give us 10s, yeah. And number 7, next appointment. So number 1, get to know each other, build a relationship. And so that's the most important thing you can do. And you want to care about these people. You want to research them before. This isn't just another number. This is a person just like you and I. And by the way, if you're nervous or what, there's nothing to be nervous about. Okay. You're the one given the gift. Okay. They should be nervous talking to you. You're the team leader. Every one of you are team leader. Okay. The only kind of difference maybe in that is we have a senior team leader with us, and that's Deborah Grissom. And that's how we can, refer to her. But I refer to you as, I'm a team leader. I build teams. I build the health in the world. I build the wealth in your world. Wow, cool. So I talk about the company, and I don't give specific names. I don't give this stock, number, symbol, nothing. What I do is I talk about, and so our company is a multi-billion-dollar company. It is regarded as the top 5 company in the world for financial stability, and also rated as in the top 5 companies in the world for trust. We're one of the most trusted companies, financially stable companies. So you're in good hands with the company. Okay. And we'll get into more detail, but this is just basically an overview of what I'm going to share with you. And so I'm going to do a side note here. So they ask you a question. This is the 3 steps to any question anybody ever asks you from now on. Okay. And I care if it's in this business or not. So this is really about life. This is about us really communicating and understanding people. When anybody asks you a question, whether it's your spouse, your kids, whatever, and get in the habit, do that at home. It's a great way of doing it. It's 3 steps. First thing is you say, that's a great question. The second question, no matter how obvious you think the question is, you ask, why do you ask? Okay, so great question. Why do you ask? You will be amazed at what people say. So let me give you an example. Some people have this notion that we're this 30-year-old business model called multi-level, multi-tier, okay? We're not that at all. And just to be clear who we are, we're a revenue sharing company. That old model of that has to do with companies that aren't public companies, that would sell the company and take your revenue stream away from you. They're the companies that get to fill your whole room with product and stuff. So it's an old model. This is a new model. But let's just say that someone says that, what is this multi-level? And you say, instead of you thinking, oh God, they don't like multi-level and all this committee crap, stop it. And it'll also give you time to breathe deeply. And there's a power in breathing. So breathe deeply during all of this. And as you breathe deeply, then you ask, that's a great question. Why do you ask? Because they might respond, well, I love multi-level because I know this is how we all can get rich. Because those that know multi-tier and level and I've been involved in them and I'm independently wealthy because of them, or one of the reasons why. And so it's like, wow, this is cool. And so see to ask. And so step 3 though, so step 1, that's a great question. Step 2, why do you ask? And then step 3, listen. Quit worrying about what you're going to say or respond. You got to understand what they're really asking. Okay. And we had a guy on the other day where he wants to sell these scanners for $30,000. And so, but we didn't realize that because we didn't ask enough questions for him that he was asking, and if we would have asked him why, and he would have answered, if we asked, he said, well, so tell me how much does the scanner cost? What's, involved in it, whatever, that he had all these questions behind it. But really what he was looking for is he knows how valuable these scanners are, and he knows people that will buy them for $30,000. By the way, you can't do that. The company won't allow you to do that. So don't go down that rabbit hole because you're not going to get anywhere on that. But it's amazing. And by the way, also just to plant a seed. So let's make some seeds. So in that little container, let's put the seed of pre-paving and put that. I'm going to pre-pave my calls, pre-pave my leads. I'm going to pre-pave my life and how I want my day to be. Okay. I do some pre-paving on how I'm going to build deep, meaningful, loving relationships with my new team members. Let's do a seed on a company, this multi-billion-dollar company, and just love on how we so eloquently stated a multi-billion-dollar company that, is that is a public company that, and then another seed is the technology. And so that's step 3, technology. And again, you don't need to get into a lot of this. And if they ask a question and you don't know, like after a couple of, we're going to do the first call with you, for you, whatever, first couple of calls. But you just start doing the calls. You just start doing this because you're not going to have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. Deborah doesn't have all. We don't need all the answers. Okay. Remember what this is. This is first overview. So when they ask some specific medical question that you have no idea what the hell they're talking about, that you simply say to them, "That's a great question. Why do you ask?" You listen and you say, that in that detail, we're going to invite on our next call, we're going to invite Dr. Moore in because he has all of that knowledge that can to really answer that correctly. And speaking of that, are you available next Tuesday? Because I think Dr. Moore is. Are you available next Tuesday? So whenever you can, get that next appointment. Okay, you don't need to have it in steps up. Whenever you can. So the technology of the company, the technology we have, the only technology in the world that we use a scanner that scans in 30 seconds, easier than blood, and gives results that are better than blood down to the cellular level that literally prevents major diseases and improves from the cellular level on through the entire body, that improves the health of you, your family, and the world. 30 seconds. It's cheaper, easier, faster, get the results immediately. I mean, this is incredible. But not only that, we then have the answers and solutions to whatever the output is, whatever your cells need, whatever your body needs. You're taking a bunch of whatever supplements or whatever, you don't know if they're good. Hey, you take a bunch of B. Well, maybe my body doesn't need B. Well, blood doesn't tell you that. Nothing tells you. There's only one technology, and we have it. And guess what? You're going to have it now. Woo, doggies. In fact, all of us, we have a Fast Start program, and all of us get a scanner. Because the scanner, we scan each other because we want to increase our health too. And the world's. So that's a technology, an amazing, incredible technology. Again, next time we'll get into more detail about that. And I'll send you some videos, whatever, if you have a big interest. But the next thing I want to share with you is our team. We have just an incredible team. You are going to have a support system that you wouldn't believe. We have so you'll have me, and so you're saying team leader, you'll have me, and I'm going to help you right along the way. I mean, literally, we're going to walk together, and I'm going to help you off to the Fast Start, and I'm going to show you, how to get the scanner, how to get people that are interested in what we have to offer. I'm going to tell you exactly the steps on it. There's just 7 easy steps. It's just about really building relationships. It's about meeting new people and sharing good news. But not only that, we have a whole support team. We have our senior leader like Deborah Crystal. We have Dr. Moore on our team that is a resource to you. We have Dr. Hank. He's a mental scientist. This guy, you ought to hear him. He is funny and good. And so go in about 5 minutes on the Dr. Hank. No, just kidding. But we have this whole team, okay? And then we're here to support you. In fact, if you're all in, which I think, based on your interest in health, that when you're all in, that, I'm going to ask you and I'm going to encourage you. We have team meetings every week, okay? And we will meet, you and I will meet every week in order to see where you are, because I'm going to guide you and help you, and I'm available for you. So you have this entire support team to help you to have this fast start. And not only that, we have conventions. We just got back from Utah and just had an amazing time, and people are winning trips and enjoying each other and just becoming our greatest possibility. So you have an amazing support team. And then you ask, and by the way, after every one of these points, you will ask one question. And this is a question that I would write down, have on your thing all the time. And that is the question that I've asked you several times today. What do you like best about that? Because you have no idea if they think a team is a value, if they think the technology is a value. You have no idea. So you want to get an idea and know what they are interested in, because it doesn't matter what motivates you, what you're interested in. What matters is what motivates them. If they say, man, I love the support, that's what I love, on this, or I love the company, and, so you don't know, you have to ask. So what do you like best? So you ask them. And by the way, by this time, they're basically all in, okay? That you just you built the relationship, you told them this amazing thing. But now we go into, and because of time, I'm going to brief this, but that there's 3 benefits here. And that I want to share the 3 benefits with you. And I want to understand how much you value the benefits. You may not value them at all. You may value them a lot, but there's 3 benefits. And the first benefit is that this is going to improve your health and your family's health, guaranteed. And what would that be of value to you? Like, think about, let's get into the nitty gritty on, how much are your co-pays? And you were mentioning you got your family and kids and everything. What are your co-pays when you make a doctor's visit? What's your deductible? What if you didn't have to do that? What if you were healthy, you and your family, for 4 years? But more so, what is it worth to you? What is it worth to you for your family members never have to go to you or you to them saying, I have a major disease? What is that worth to you? And then they'll say, they'll tell you, hey, and they should tell you it's priceless. If they don't, maybe we don't want them on the team. That it's priceless. Yeah, this is priceless. We offer priceless. This is just the first benefit. But not only that, we share this to the whole world. So you want to prevent illnesses? This is the way that we do. This is how we do that. We have the way in order to, with this technology, the only one, there is no competition. And guess what? You can offer this to any medical institution, organization, company, individual that you want. It's good on spas, medical doctors, dentists. We have it all over, and it's wide open for you. There's no territory for you. So you can go to anyone and share this good news, because everybody wants that. Right? Good to have good health. So what would you like best about that? Again, we'll move on. The second benefit is that in the first year, if you do the fast start, if you're all in, if you understand, if you're getting this on what the value that we have, a scanner that, people want to go out and sell for $30,000, you're not going to pay $30,000 for this. Okay. You're not going to invest in that for you and your family's health, then if anything. But number two is that it's going to increase your income in the first year. Our people that are all in, that they're making over $5,000 a month. They're working about 10 hours a week, flexible hours, about $120 per hour. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never been offered a job for $120 an hour. Okay. And this gives me $120 per hour. So what do you like best about that? And they say, whatever they like best. We don't care. What's the value of that to be able to have this opportunity? You think that's good? Well, after the first year, again, these are just averages, and when you're all in, that now you can start. I mean, we have people that are making 150,000, 300,000, 500,000 a year. And so that's after year one. So have you ever been offered an opportunity where they tell you'd have 300,000, 500,000? I don't know about you, but I have. And so that's why I said, initially that I just got blessed to find this opportunity. It's more income than I ever imagined could be for me. But the third benefit is that this is such an amazing company that we're a revenue sharing company. So instead of just a few getting rich, all of us have an opportunity to get rich. And in fact, we have, and remember, we're a publicly traded company. What we say it's the truth. You'll see. It's the God-honored, honest truth that we create a new millionaire on average every 3 days. Now, I don't know any other company that can claim that. And so what do you like best about that? What's that worth to you just for the opportunity to become independently wealthy? And just be quiet. Have them think. Hell, I'd pay $5,000 for that opportunity. Cool. You're not going to have to invest near that in order to have all these benefits. So after hearing all of that, I'm in step 6 now. Hearing all of that, from 0 to 10. And 10 is you're all in. You get this. You understand the benefits. It's going to increase your health, your family's health, the world's health, that you have an opportunity where you have a support team, one of the best companies in the world. I mean, on and on, the only technology in the world, no competition, that all you need to do is share the good news. We have the way to share the good news. That from 0 to 10, tell me, where are you right now on that scale? And if for some unbeknown reason they don't say 10, and they say like 5, again, you might want to question whether or not you want them on the team or not. But just kidding, that they just don't understand. And it's our responsibility to have them understand. And so they say they're 5. Then you ask, how can I get you to 6? Just how can I get you a little bit better? What is it? And they say, well, I got a question on that. That's fantastic. Listen, let's do this. That let's set up a meeting next Tuesday. Are you available at 2:00 next Tuesday? And we'll discuss this. And I'm going to guarantee you that I'm going to get you beyond even 6 at our next meeting. And I'm going to send you a few things, and you can watch some videos. But I want to end with this, that I want to ask you one question. What did you like best about all of this? And now I ask you, what did you like best about this?
Hey, Dr. Hank.
Hey,
I
Jim.
like, that's a great question. Why do you ask? Just getting in kind of the habit of doing that, because then in so many conversations, people end up controlling you, with all their questions, when you can just kind of find out the reason as to why, and it may not even be anything, that you need to even go into
Right.
more, or you just kind of find out, if it's coming from, skepticism, or if it's coming from, where that's coming from, because it just helps with the rest of the conversation as well, kind of
Yeah.
knowing like, hey, well, this is, maybe where they want more information, or maybe
Yeah.
where I can really, focus in on. So, and you
Yeah.
get to hear them too, because sometimes people ask questions and they have no idea why they're even asking it, or like they just want to sound smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
And you brought up a great point, Deborah, that, when they do say, when they start asking questions, you've lost control of the conversation, and now you can't share the good news. And so I've heard conversations where, they're off in some rabbit hole saying, yeah, the industry I don't like, or whatever. You know what? I'm not here to talk about the industry that I don't like, because I can't do squat about it. And by the way, either can you, and you don't tell them that, but the fact is that. And so when you ask questions, they believe they're in control, because you're asking them their opinion. However, you're actually in control, because you're directing where the questions are. And so it's about what did you like best about what I just shared with you. And so again, in consideration of time, I'm going to switch gears. And Deborah has asked me to have these seeds be planted for you for your success.